Welcome guys. In this video I will show you how you can compare clone Excel dictionaries, collections or arrays. Also I will show you how you can print Excel dictionaries, collections or arrays in Json format. Like Python, there is no built-in support for Json in Excel VBA, so I have created this module. So first of all, I will import the module that I have created. The module is imported. This module has some functions like clone dictionary collection arrays, compare dictionary collections arrays, and print dictionaries collections or arrays. Okay, so in Python we can print list, tuples, dictionaries using the print function of Python. For example, L equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is list. If I print L and run the file, you can see it print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as list. Okay. If we have a dictionary, for example, dictionary is curly braces, name equal K and age equal 25, and let's say print the D, the dictionary. You can see print function, print dictionary key and values. What if we have list inside dictionary? List and with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How this will look like? You can see list is another key with value of another list from 1 to 6. Now we can do this exactly the same in Excel VBA using my module. This module, you can download this module from the link in the description from my GitHub account. So first of all, I will add a module and simple procedure paste. Okay. First of all, I will add collection, then C1 as new collection. Okay, let me add some values. Then I is long. If you don't know what this means, this end means as long. For example, message box type name of I. If I run this, you can see this is long type. For example, as long. And now, if I have s as dollar, this means as string. You can see. So I will make a video on shortcut variable declaration. In this video, I will not talking about this. So this is long, and on the same line I will say for I equal 1 to 5, next C1 dot add I. Okay, and now if I say debug dot print C1, this will give me error. You see, because collection cannot be print. In VBA print function cannot print collections. This gives me error. So in here, now I will call my functions print dictionary collection all arrays. This is the function that I have created here. This one. Okay. Here pass the iterable, which can be collection, dictionaries, or arrays. Now if I run this, you can see this give us a collection is a list in a beautiful list format. Now what if we have nested collection? C2 as new collection, C2.add. I will add capital letters. For this I will call CHR string function, which take the character code and return the character. For example, the character code for capital A is question mark CHR 65. You can see A, capital A. 66 will be B. Okay, so I will say I plus 64. Okay, after the loop finish, C1.add C2, and now let's see how this collection look like. You can see 5 items and the 6th item is another collection. Now what if we have another nested collection? For example, C3 is a new collection, C3.add I times 10, C2.add C3. Now we can also see this in a watch window. For example, if I run this, go to view and watch window. The shortcut for this is Alt HV. So now select your variable, drag it to the watch window. You can see 5 items. 6th is another collection. And here we have another nested collections. Okay. So how this will look like in as a JSON format. You can see we have triple nested collections, but this is not easy to read. So what we can do is I have added a second argument, which is tape size. If you pass 4 here, now this will print these collections in more readable way. So for example, if I run this, now you can see this is much more easy to read, easy to understand. So this collection is inside this collection. This whole collection is inside this collection. So this is much more easy to read. Okay. Now what if we have dictionary inside collection? So for this, we can declare a variable, then d1 as a new dictionary. Dictionary is not appear. So if you are Mac user or window user, you have to go to tools, reference, and search for Microsoft Scripting Runtime. Microsoft Scripting Runtime. This is the library that you have to check and click OK. Now this will work. You can see it worked. Okay. But if you are window user, you can do this. For example, d2 as object, and then set d2 equal to create object scripting dot dictionary. This will work for window user only. This is called late binding, and this is called early binding. Little bit faster than late binding. Also, this has no IntelliSense window. For example, if I say d1 dot, you can see IntelliSense window appear, but if I say d2 dot, nothing appear. Okay. There's the difference between early and late binding. This will work on window and this will work on both. Early binding will work on both, but late binding will work only on window. So D2 is a new dictionary. D1.add key will be this one. The value will be CHR code for this character is I plus 64. Now if I add C1 dot add D1, now you can see, if I run this, you can see this is the dictionary. Curly braces is a dictionary in JSON format. A is the key, and CHR code for A65 is the value. Okay, so this function is quite flexible. It can print nested dictionaries, collections, or arrays. Okay, now let's declare an array inside this dictionary. Then array, sorry, A1 is 0 to 5, for example, and then after the loop, A equal to item 20, because array start from 0, so -1, and here d1.add, it will be array, value will be A, which is also an array. So if we run this, sorry, this is A1, you can see this is arrays 20, 40, 60, and 100 and null, because this is from 0 to 5, which is 6. So from 0 to 4, you can see this work perfectly. Okay. Now let's add collection to the dictionary. So C4 is a new collection. C4.add hello. 4.add world. Now also add this to the dictionary. D1.add collection will be C4. If I run this, you can see this is arrays inside dictionary, and this is collection hello and world. Collection is the key that we added here. Now let's see how dictionaries inside dictionary look like. So d2.add key1 item 1, for example, d2.add key2 item 2, and d1.add dictionary d2. Okay, now let's print this. You can see this is dictionary inside dictionary. So this function will print everything. Okay, now let's print multidimensional arrays, for example. A1 0 to 2, 0 to 2, 0 to 2. You can go to maximum up to 12 dimensions. Usually people use only 2-dimension arrays, but you can go up to with dimension. So if I print this A1, sorry, we have to declare. Now you can see this is three-dimensional arrays. Null, this is the three-dimensional arrays with null values because we declare it of type variant, which is empty. If I declare this array as string, so now you can see all the values are empty strings. Okay. Okay, if you don't know how to open the immediate window, this is the immediate window. Control plus G is the shortcut. This is immediate window. Shortcut is Control plus G. And watch window is Alt HV is the shortcut for watch window. Now let's see. Let's see how to clone collection. Why we need to clone collection. So first of all, I will show you an example. Dim C1 as new collection. Dim C2 as collection. Okay. So first of all, I have to say dim I is long for I equal 1 to 5 or 1 to, let's say, 2 I. So next C1 dot add I, sorry, CHR I plus 64. Now set C2 equals C1. Now you can see we have two items, A and B, inside collection 1. Also we have two items in collection 2 because we have set collection 2 to collection 1. Now, for example, if we say C2 dot add C, you can see this add C to collection 2, but it also affects collection 1 because C2 and C1 both are pointing to the same memory location. So if we modify C2, this will also affect C1. So how to avoid this? So I have created a function called clone dictionary collection or arrays. Pass the iterable, which can be arrays, dictionaries, or collection. C1 I want to clone. Now let's see how this works. You can see we have populated this collection. If I say clone it, both are same. And now if we add C to collection 2, let's see, you can see it doesn't affect the first one because it is completely cloned. They are now both pointing to different memory location. Okay, now here is a twist. If we have nested collection, for example C3, dim C3 as a new collection, C3 dot add I times 10, for example. And now if I add c1.add c3, okay, if I say, okay, you see, we have added the nested collection to C1. Now if I run this, you can see C2 has also nested collection. If I say C2.add C, you can see C is added to the second collection but not affect C1. Okay, but what if C2 is index 4, okay, now the 4 index, sorry, the 3, at index 3, we have nested collections. You can see at index 3, we have nested collection in both. Okay, if I add something to the nested collection inside C2, will this affect the nested collection inside C1? Let's see. If I add 30, you can see both of them are affected. Even though we have cloned the C1, still it affects the nested collection inside C1. So the clone function clone the top level collections, not the nested collection. To clone the nested collection, we have to pass another argument, deep clone, which can be false. By default, it is false. So we have to make it true. You can see this is optional argument. Deep clone is Boolean. Now, let's see. If I change something inside C2, nothing will be changed in C1. If I change something inside the nested collection inside C2, will this affect now the nested collection inside C1? Let's see. No, it doesn't, because this is deeply cloned. That is why we need clone. This will also work for dictionaries. For example, dim D1 as a new dictionary. So dim I for I equal 1 to 2. Next I. So D1 dot add key will be CHR I plus 64. Item will be I plus 64. I will show you how this looks like. Print dictionary collection on arrays. D1. We have to pretty print. You can see we have A65, B66. Okay. Now I want to add C1.add I times 10. I will add another dictionary. Set D2 equal to D1. And if I add something to D2.add new item, sorry, new key, new item. Now I will show you this will affect If I add something to D2, you can see both the dictionaries are affected, like collections. Both the dictionaries are affected. So we have to clone the dictionary. D1. Also add nested collection to D1. So call collection C1. Now let's see. This look like this. We cannot see items inside dictionary using watch window. That is why I have created this print function. You can see we cannot see nested collection inside dictionary using watch window. That is why this function is helpful. So if I see the collection is at index 3, collection at index 3. So if I add something to the dictionary, you can see the first dictionary is not affected by this. You can see because we have cloned the top level. But what if we add something to the nested collection inside D2? Will this affect nested collection inside D1? So let's see D2 of key collection dot add, let's say C. Okay, let's see. Well, we cannot see in the watch window, but we add something to the D1, the D2 nested collection. So now I have to print both the dictionaries. So we see the difference between them. So this is dictionary 1, dictionary 2. Let's see, are they different or equal? So you can see this line adds C to the D2, this dictionary. But it also affects the nested collection because they are not deeply cloned. They are cloned only by top level. So we have to say true by deep clone. And now if I run this, you can see the first collection is not affected. The second collection is affected because we have added D2 collection C, not to the D1 collection, because now they are both different collections, completely cloned. But arrays are by reference. They cannot be pointing to the same location in the memory. For example, if I say dim A 0254, dim B, for example, if I say B equal A, sorry, let's say A I minus 1 equal to I times 10, 1 to 4, 5. Now after this, if I say B equal to A, You can see we have 5 items inside A array. If I say B equal to A, you can see both are the same array. But if I change something inside B, for example, the first hello world, will this affect A array? No, this will not affect, because arrays are by reference, by value. They are cloned automatically. If we say B equal to A, they are completely cloned. If there are nested arrays, they will be also cloned. So now let's compare. Okay, for example, I will declare C1 as new collection, C2 as new collection. Okay, then I is long for I equal 1 to 5. Next I, C1 dot add I times 5, or simply I, and then let's say C2 dot add I as well. So now let's say print both of them so that we can see. C1, you can see both are the same collections. If I run your print compare C1 C2, are they equal or not? If they are equal, this will return true. If not, this will return false. You can see this return true. But what if we add C2 dot add 6? Now this will return false because C2 is not equal to C1. Now let's say I've added 6 to the collection 2, but now let's say C as new collection and C dot add I time 10. Let's say C1 dot add C, or these two are equal and the top level? No, because the 6th item is a collection and their 6th item is an integer value. But instead of this, if we say, if we add something, for example, see here as well, this is true because both are the same collections. But let's say convert C to C3. Okay, C4 as new collection. C4.add 1, sorry, 10, 20, C2.add C4, so both of them are equal. Now if we add C3 collection to C1, you can see this is a nested collection. If we add some values to C4 and then add C4 to C2, you can see this is added. This has two values. This nested collection has two values, and this nested collection has 5 values. Now let's see, are they equal or not? Yes, they are equal, but in reality they are not equal because this collection has more values than this nested collection. So why they return true? Because this search for the top level, this, not the nested collection. It sees, do the first our collection has six values? Yes. Do the second collection? Yes, they have same number of items. And do the sixth item is a collection? Yes, there is also the sixth item is a collection, nested collection. So it not searching for the nested collection. Okay. So if you want to search for the nested collection as well, then there is a third argument which is deep search. If you say set it to true, now this function will return false because the nested collections are not equal. You can see the nested collections are not equal. So let me run this. You can see this function return false because nested collections are not equal. So if I say C4 dot add the same values, now this will return true because both nested collections are equal. If you have another nested collection inside this collection, this will also search for this nested collection as well. So this is for today. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more amazing tutorial like this, and you can download this module from my GitHub account. Link will be in the video description.